Boy, oh boy, and man, oh man, I wrestled with even making this podcast today. Now, was I worried about ever-increasing censorship from YouTube? No, hell no. I'm nervous about this podcast being flagged. Too much fluff, not enough stuff, by the locals down at the bottom, Peter. When I say fluff, I'm not talking about BF. No names, people. So I wrestle strong with this. Should I go or should I stay? And should I make this podcast or not? Well, the answer should be obvious to you now. On Tuesday, the 14th of June, 2022, or so they'd have us believe. This had to be made, people. You guys know the difference between empathy and sympathy? Well, I'm going to give you an example. I'm surrounded, literally surrounded by confused sheeple, equipped with sophisticated smartphone technology. They can't put their finger on it, but since something is wrong, price of gas was a big topic of conversation at the bottom feeder pit yesterday afternoon. I sat there, enjoying my tall, cool, crisp Millennium Budweiser, and listened in. Now, while I certainly empathize with the sheeple's confused mindset, I have zero sympathy for them. None. Their ignorance is no longer excusable. In fact, the room temp plus 7 IQ standard of average bottom feeders might have to be revised and lowered. Believe that or not. And if you're not a bottom feeder, then don't take this as an insult. If you are a bottom feeder, then do something about it. God damn, man. If there's 10 people in the bar, there seems to be 12 smartphones laying on the bar. Screens being endlessly stroked by fingers drug across them. Thumbs rapidly firing up text messages. And for all the good it does, the impressive advanced tech, the people's ear cattle tag, the cell phone, you got me hanging on that one, because I sure don't see the benefit of all those people, dumb people, with smart technology. So understand this. I don't leave level 7 or come off the wall seeking a tall, cool, crisp one, for all you do, this bud's for you, with a chip on my shoulder, looking for trouble. I don't even go there expecting intelligent conversation. That rarely happens, trust me. But with all that tech in their hands, nobody is even familiar with basic science? Photosynthesis is a foreign concept written in a foreign language? Are you shitting me? No, I'm not. So what's this all about? Like I told you in yesterday's podcast, I've got to get out winter schedule, take advantage of the 3 months of reasonable weather in North Dakota, and practice what I preach. Grow and maintain a large garden. I strongly suggest you all do the same, many times, as a matter of fact, and I do take my own advice. I do practice what I preach. Again, with no chip on my shoulder, I went to the bottom feeder pit and had a number of conversations with people concerning, drumroll people, gardening. And I expressed my concern and probably said 100 times, tomatoes need 8 to 10 hours of continuous and direct sunshine. Now, photosynthesis. Oh, God. Let's go through this real quick. Photosynthesis, the process by which green plants and certain other organisms transform light energy into chemical energy. Where do you suppose that light's coming from, people? The sun. Unbelievable. I mean, I didn't know that was I thought that was basic 3rd grade science. Most seed packs, and I'm growing quite a variety, many of them started from seed, tell you in the planting instructions whether or not this crop likes direct sunshine or shade, etc. People, if the sun is being blocked by weather modification, which it is, let me put it this way, there's only shade on a cloudy day. Get it? And I'm not growing anything, trying to grow anything, that is, that thrives in shade. But some son of a bitch, some no-good son of a bitch with his hand on the black knob is determined to make gardening very difficult, and not just for me. So, go ahead and call this a rant. Go ahead. Say, Dave, you never should have made today's podcast. Too much fluff, not enough stuff. But let me tell you, here's the kicker. Here's the takeaway. People, you can't believe the pushback I got. What do you mean, no sun? It's been sunshining all week. Where you been? Where have I been? What effing planet are these people on? I'm outside a lot. Yes, sometimes it's a beautiful sunrise. But the sun has no chance, people, because get this, the sun moves across the face of the earth. We're not spinning underneath it. They have already got an oil slick waiting for it. It's an ambush. I run my dogs a little after 5 a.m. I see it, and usually by 10, it's getting cloudy, and by 4, it's usually the white blanket of death. Threatening rain, but seldom delivering. Am I lying? No, the pushback I get is from people beyond denial, beyond ignorant. It must be that their smartphone is telling them the sun's shining, even though their eyes say different. What says on my smartphone the sun's shining? Well, look the fuck up. And everybody's looking down. They need to start looking up. Okay, dumb people with smart tech. Who'd have thought it? So, what's Raytheon Lockheed Martin have in store for us the next 10 days? Well, why don't we take a look-see, since we haven't done that for quite a while? I go to weather.com, the Weather Channel, and here's what I get. Looking at their little icons, we have sunny on Friday the 17th, and we have mostly sunny on Monday the 27th, Tuesday the 28th. And what the hell do you think's in between those dates? You got it. Cloudy, mostly cloudy, partly cloudy, mostly cloudy. You think I make this shit up, don't you? Well, I'm speechless. Okay, finally, let's wrap this thing up, because it's got to be a short podcast. I could agree with you, probably shouldn't have been made. I'm going to call it a rant. You got to get it off your chest. Finally, I got this kid who's thinking of moving to the tragic city. Oh yeah, why not? I can't figure out why. A little too close to the Minot Air Force Base for me. Ground zero, don't you know? And I'll tell you what, and that brings up this deceptive headline from Newsweek. Newsweek Online, you can, I haven't, never will. I think they're down to charging $1 a year. That's how hard up these... Hey, I almost said the F word. That's how hard up these people are. Let's take a look at this real quick, because it has something to do with moving to Minot, too close to the air base. Ground zero, Check out this headline. Russia threatens nuclear hit on Poland. Rest of Europe. Those goddamn Russians. They were trouble in World War II, trouble during the 60s, 70s, 80s, trouble today. But upon reading further, what do we see here? Russia warns Europe that they would disappear if, now here we go, people, the West gives nuclear weapons to the Ukraine. You talk about cutting open a wound and rubbing salt in it. Yeah, it ain't the goddamn Russians. It's the goddamn Murray's relatives surrounding Russia and controlling, well, you saw the link the other day. Whose administration? It doesn't matter whose administration. Hey, YouTube's got a lot of censorship problems. I got that. You guys still not on Gulf Alpha Bravo? Least you could do is get on there, follow my timeline, people. You could have woke up this morning to see the blood clots that they're pulling out of people. Yeah, the people with sudden adult death syndrome. No longer SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. No, crib death. No. 20 to 30 to 40-year-olds dropping like flies. But nothing to see here, huh, people? You got it. Okay, I ranted long enough. We're going 9 minutes here. People, I got stuff to do. I don't think I'll be doing a lot outside.